And it says we are live. Yo, it is your boy Nick HOUTX Trader coming live right here from Houston, Texas. After the tornadoes, if y'all are wondering, we all good. Hey, check this out. This is for training. This is not financial advice. If y'all need financial advice, go see a financial planner. Okay. So let's start this morning off with the good vibes. I got the other earphones going with my boy Mac Miller in the background. Listen to that Donald Trump shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to feel good this morning. I'm trying to live my Donald Trump life right now, right? So let's get it, baby. So check it out. Hey, thanks to my Flash Funding who allows me to give out some funded accounts. Um, yeah, so help them sponsor the channel, grow the channel. Remember, guys, I don't sell anything. I don't sell signals. I don't have a paid Discord or Telegram. None of that stuff. Only thing I ask you guys to do is hit that subscribe button. Let me grow my viewers. Smash that thumbs up button. If y'all have any questions, please hit me up in the chats or hit me up on my socials. Y'all know where to find me. Um, yeah. Okay, so then yeah, I'm gonna look at news real quick. Let me go back to the stream yards and let me share the screen. Present, share screen. Let's do the entire screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. I'm listening to my Donald Trump shit, guys, because guess who bought a little Donald Trump NFT last night? Shout out to the Bitcoin NFTs. That is going to be hot this cycle, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first, or maybe not first, maybe you heard it before, but if you're in NFTs, that's what's up. So today we have old pal speaking. All right. Excuse me. That's Sunday. We have no news today, no relevant news, at least. All right. So we shouldn't see too crazy. It is Freaky Friday. So perhaps that'll give us something a little crazy. This is my dot card, guys. You cut my dot card. I've changed it a little bit. Here's my YouTube, my Twitters, my Gram. If you need a funded account, again, shout out to My Flash Funding. They sponsor this, and there's their link. Pip Connect is Andy Peters. Guys, go buy a Bored Ape Salon Club. You guys are missing out right now. Okay, if you want to buy a Bored Ape, click this button. It's to Magic Eden. All right, and Market Bandit. Shout out to Nick G. It's a free what do you call it? Telly? No, Discord. Excuse me. I said Telly. I meant Discord. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to, as you know, I'm just now booting up. So let me go in here. Let me go on here. Let me go live. And we'll do this. Sometimes you're supposed to dial all this stuff in the background, but it's all good. It is May 17th, 2024. Pound sign gold. Pound sign US 30. Pound sign NAS. I'm not sure if we're going to get any NAS trades or anything today anyways. Let's change the thumbnail, guys, to a live trading. And we'll put this in a playlist for live trading. So we're done here. We'll save this. Sorry, all this is usually done by, if you have these high-tech people that have all these badass, what you call, I've got a camera guy and a sound guy, and they do all this shit in the background. So I wanted to get that saved, and then I want to copy this link right here and copy that link. Thank you very much. Now let's go over here. Let's go home. Let's do that. Bingo. Now what we can do is we can cut. No, we don't do. Okay, so let's get out of here. Bingo. Let's go here. Bingo. Let's go here. Got it. Got it. All right. We're done. Social medias are done, guys. I'm looking to take a gold entry any second now. I have a limit set at 23.91 flat, which is just a hair lower than this, but you get the idea. 23.91 is right there. That line that I just touched right there, the yellow line, is actually the daily. So if you come out to the daily, and you reset this chart, these candle wicks all close on that yellow line. So then now when you come to the smaller time frames, you see that yellow line is where the daily closures are. So I mark that off as an area. Matter of fact, since I'm on here, let's just put it right there. Bingo. All right, so let's break down how why I'm looking to get into this trade. Give me 1 second while I fix all my screens. Bingo. We don't have anyone in here yet. It's all good. Okay. So then I don't need to explain shit since there's no one in here. Shite. Okay. Where is 30? So we're not yet in the ballpark for 30. Where's Nasty Naz? And same thing. We're not in the ballpark for Nas or 30 yet, but we are in the ballpark for Goldilocks. Okay, let's come down to the. I want to see a smaller time frame. What up, two people? I see two people just joined. Thank you guys for joining in. We are getting ready. What's up, Luke? Lucas. We're getting ready to perhaps take this trade here any second now. I do have a limit set at 23.91. What I'm doing is on the smaller time frame, I am looking for the third touch of the divergent. So I don't know if we're going to get it now that it's already sinking down. It's below the 70. But what I was hoping is for a three touch, a 1, 2, and then 3 on there. If it does not give us a third touch and it breaks below this area and closes, then we could look for a pullback in this area and then short it because it might not come all the way back up to here. So I'm just being patient right now. We don't have any major news this morning, so maybe we're not having much volatility in 15, 17 minutes, whatever it is, until market open. But this is the game we play. Look how it's all. So this is the way my brain works. If it's going to get this low on the RSI, that means it has more room to push back up. If it has more room to push back up, and then it'll give us this entry up here. So since the RSI is that low, I think we're still good. And you see the RSI is pretty low here. And like I said, on the third touch of the divergent, perhaps on the 1 minute, that is the third touch actually. If you see right here, if you see right there, it's oversold on the RSI. And then we had one. Well, that would technically be the second one because it's oversold there, and there would be the third touch there. So maybe we missed that entry, but it did not hit the T23.6 extension. So I think we're still good, dude. I don't want to be too antsy pantsy. We can wait. We can wait to see if this comes back up. We're going to read price. We're going to see what it does here on this. And so then, if we think about, let's go back down to the 3 minute and see if there's any sort of internal Elliott waves. 1, 2, 3 push, flip, right? So if this is the flip, all this doesn't count. So this would be the second push. That's kind of a shitty retracement, but it is a retracement. So that might be it. 1, 2, 3. That might be the entry there. But again, look at these strong engulfings. So I'm still good. Look how this engulfed. I'm still patient. Engulf, patient. If I had to guess, if I was going to sniper this on a buy, which I'm not going to do, I'm waiting for the bigger move. You could play off the 61.8 rejection or even the 78.6 here before it pops back off. But we're not going to be taking these little sniper trades. We're waiting for this trade up here. So I'm going to come back to the 5, reset this chart, and let's just wait for this bad boy. Now I'm looking at, I'm going to talk more about cryptos today because I'm pumped up on the crypto thing. So if you guys have any questions about crypto, put those in the chats because I'm going to be looking at those here in a second. But when it comes to the NASDAQ and the 30s, I'm not really looking to sell just yet. All right. So I see this as obviously a gigantic fair value gap below, right? All this area is fair value gaps. So, I mean, from here to there, you've got it from there to there. I mean, it depends. So fair value gaps, guys, it also depends on what time frame. Like if we come out to the 2 hour, now look at you have this gap there, right? Let me show you. So the close of the candle to the close of that candle, that's a fair value gap. The close of this candle, there is no wick here. So I mean, there is no. So it's kind of the fair value gap to really from there all the way to there. So again, when people talk about fair value gaps, you got to remind yourself that it really depends on the time frame that you're looking at, because that wick and now there is no wick, right? So this is gigantic. And the same thing, you have a little one there. That's not very much, but I mean that's gigantic. The way I also like to look at fair values is this is a sell candle. So this sell candle and the next wick really is to here. So if I was really to think about self value gaps or fair value gaps, the way I look at it, I think it's this whole area right there. So we have a lot of ground to the sell side we need to make up for a healthy market. If we come back down to the 1 hour, we see that we've only got, if you consider this structure, we have broken. So now we are looking for an Elliott wave, like you see in my drawings, pull back into the 78.6, 88.6 area, and then we short it. And basically, if the Elliott waves work on the way up, the Elliott waves work on the way down. So this would be the one, that would be the pullback, two, pullback, three, and then when we get into this area, we start to look to buy back up. Okay, so the Elliott waves work on all the different time frames and both directions. So if we even come down, we'll just throw some extra sauce on this, reset this. If you look at these Elliott waves, let's see here. Sometimes it gives you three, sometimes it gives you four, but it's usually three. You know, you could kind of consider that one, three. So low, low, low. One, two, three, and now reversing. One, two, right? And so that's what we're playing. So those structures, those pushes. So yeah, so basically what I just said is gold NASDAQ is not in our area to sell, and it's really not in an area to buy. So we're just gonna sit on that. And gold US 30 is the same thing. So again, basically US 30 and NASDAQ look exactly like its breaking structure, but I want to see this push up. And actually, since I drew this up last night, it's changed. Let me get rid of these sessions. I was thinking this was a low and it actually broke it. So let's delete this Elliott wave out of here. Let's come in this smaller time frames, and this is not the bottom. This is now the bottom. So our buy zone has changed. And what I see also here is this last buy candle that needs to get taken, which is at the 61.8 again. But this then would be liquidity. These wicks right here would be liquidity. I want to see this, at least those wicks get taken out. So again, for the market to move, it needs to have people and orders on the other side. So I want to see this get taken out. Then we look for an entry up here, as long as RSI and as long as our other confluencers are there. And then we look to short it. So, let's see. Actually, I mean, if you wanted to be a sniper, you could actually buy this right now. Not right now, but here in a few seconds. That would be, I don't want to consider that the first leg, but you could say that's the first leg, second leg, third leg. This is going to like Elliott wave in a much smaller time frame down back to the bottom. Okay, so look at this. All right. One, two, I mean, maybe you consider that's not really the break of structure. I don't want to count this one as the one. I want to count this one as the one, which case this would be the two. So perhaps it's going to do one more, a three, and then start to sell off, break this trend line. Okay. But really, if you want to buy it back up to where it needs to be, you would want to fib this here to wherever and then look to get in down here. Right. You'd want to look to buy in this area here with a stop loss there. Again, look at this liquidity here. You want to see this double bottom right there and go. All right. So if you want to scalp a buy on US 30 today, perhaps that will be in the play. I want to leave that trend line back up there because we need to see that as reference for breaking. So see how it's pushing. Look, and if we come into the real small time frames, right? Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's reset this chart. I'm going to delete this buy so we can see a clear chart. On the 1 minute, well, it hit the moving average perfectly, but I don't think this is done. Okay. 1, 2. Matter of fact, let's undo that. 1, 2. It's going to retrace. It's going to fill in. This right here does not have a wick, so it's going to fill this in, maybe even fill this in because it doesn't have a wick there either. Come back up and then come down and fill in these guys. And once it does that, then I expect it to break, set the third high, and then come down. So it's going to go back and forth for a little bit, it looks like. Maybe when it fills this in, it just breaks then. But we know that there is no wicks. There's no wicks right here. right? There's no wicks right here. So this is going to get filled in. So if maybe it's going to leave this for later, right? There's no wick right here. There's no wick right here. There's no wick right there. It's very, you know, but even okay, so there's no wick here and here, but this came back up and gave it a wick. So this one doesn't count. These ones still do count. So we'll see what it does. But ultimately, if we're going to scalp a buy to go way back up there, we need to scalp it from down here. Let's let this trend line break and come back down and get this order block right here. So there's the order block right there. All right. That's what I'm thinking if you're going to try to snipe that gold buy. Let's look at crypto because that's really what I want to look at today. Well, actually, let's go back to gold. How close are we to gold? We gotta pay attention to gold. I don't want to miss this. It still hasn't set a new lower. Let's come to the 3-minute. I really like the 3-minute. It still hasn't set a lower, right? And we still have room in this RSI to come up. So I'm not going to pull the trigger just yet. I don't want to pull the trigger and then just go into fucking instant drawdown. So I'm going to leave it right there at 23.91. Yeah, we'll just leave it there for now. So I was having this discussion last night with a person who's much more into crypto than I am. And I originally said, I don't even know how many days ago, when this breaks this trend line, it's gone, right? And it did break the trend line. So now we know that the bulls have stepped back in. Again, guys, Elliott waves, 1, 2, 3. There's your structure. Structure broke. Okay. Now I know if you're trade with Andy Peters, he would be buying there on the trend line break. I personally don't because I see all of this liquidity here. So I would love to see this come down, maybe retest the trend line or just, I don't want to say break the trend line, but like peak below it with a wick and then possibly even get into our fib zone, which is, we'd want to buy in this area and then pop off. So I think the bulls have stepped back in. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion. This was the fair value gap that we had marked off earlier. And guess what? There's 50% of the fair value gap. It did not catch the order block, but it is what it is. We had a good three lows, right? Our RSI is oversold, and this is the daily. Our RSI is oversold, and there it goes, it broke. So I am confident that the bulls are back in place. I just want to see a retest of that, so that we can buy it back up from this price range. So, 58,972. You could almost call it 6,000 area, 60,000 area. I'd like to see that, and that 6,000 is the 61.8 here, 38.2 on a much larger time frame. So I'd really like to see maybe we buy it from there. But I want to see that liquidity right here get smashed first, and that'll give it the extra boost it needs. The crypto people are saying Ethereum's pretty much dead. I don't want to say dead, but like the utility use that Bitcoin. Did I have bad weather last night? Yeah. Yeah, we lost power just for like sporadically. It got it worse in other parts of the city. We were actually pretty lucky. Um, I live in a newer type neighborhood, so I don't really have that many trees. But behind my house, backs up to the woods and the golf course, and so there's obviously a lot of trees over there, and so we didn't have anything. We didn't have anything major, but the trees that are in my yard are just like newer oak trees that aren't that old. So, but with Ethereum, thanks for asking, by the way, Mr. Joe. Yeah, we're all good. The city, I haven't been out though, and haven't obviously driven around, so I'm not sure how bad the city is. I heard some shit on the news, but Ethereum, right? We had the 3 push. Well, the third push kind of set the bottom, right? We haven't had a full third push. So I'd like to see one more third push a little bit lower to clear out all this liquidity. And that's also the 61.8. And that's also the previous support resistance area, right? It broke out from there. So there's still sell candles sitting in here that haven't been touched. And matter of fact, there's sell candles here. So I don't know if it's going to come all the way down to here. But I would definitely like to see it come down to this 61.8, which is the top of these guys, and then finish off this Elliott wave. At the same time, this all these candles, all these wicks right here, would be considered liquidity, in my opinion. And if it smashes through all those, we would have a reason to buy back up. So let's see if it will reject this trend line one more time and go through, and we'll see. If not, this is so. If I'm going to play trend line buys, right, this is the way I want to do it. You've got the bottom set right there, right? That's clearly resistance. And now we have this area where if you buy here on the trend line break, your stop loss is right down here. You do not have a very big stop loss. So this is the kind of trend line that I take. When this little area there gets real small, I'm not taking it up here because I don't want to set a stop loss like this, right? So if you're going to play the trend line, you're going to need several touches on the trend line, 3 to 4, because usually the third one will hold, which is right here. The fourth one usually will break. Okay, I know that my drawings are getting a little crazy, but the more touches on a trend line, the better chance it is going to break. So if I'm going to take a trend line buy in this situation, this is the area where I'd want to do it because it's so close to the bottom. Right, it's so close to the bottom. I'm gonna delete that triangle. We don't need it. We have liquidity, right? So there's an opportunity maybe for a buy there. If not, I'm gonna try to buy this 61.8, which again is a previous support resistance. So that's my Ethereum outlook. Solana. Now Solana's, man, I was really hoping we would get this break and clear this liquidity, but I don't think we're gonna get it because now it broke structure. And Solana is really the one, man. Solana and Bitcoin. I really believe those are going to be the ones that are really going to, obviously Bitcoin, because are you guys, put in the chat, are you guys big into Bitcoin? Are y'all big in NFTs and what Bitcoin's been doing lately? Let me know. Let me know in the chats if you guys are Bitcoiners. Let me pull up this other screen so I can see where the gold's at. So gold's starting to reject. Gold's starting to reject. We might have to see if we can snipe a gold entry here. Let me go back to gold. We can get back on the crypto shit in a second. Okay, so it hasn't set a low yet. And with the RSI this low, I still think the RSI has time to come up then. So we're going to be patient. I'm going to continue to be patient on gold. If we miss it, we miss it. It is what it is. Let me check the chats. Are you guys Bitcoiners? Are you guys newish to Bitcoin? Okay, so here's the deal with Bitcoin, and I am not the most accurate person to talk about Bitcoin, but I definitely know people who are. And so let's go to Magic Eden. I know I'm on my other screen. I'll show you guys in a second. Where is the Magic Eden? Okay. So the technology on Bitcoin has gone bonkers. And let me see if I can find some messages from my buddies. Okay. So Mr. Bitch Tits here. Okay. So this is my buddy. We went to college together and um he lives in Thailand with all the rest of the what he calls degenerate degens. All right. And he is all into these nodes. He's all into Bitcoin. And these are our messages back and forth, right? And he's big in these Donald Trump Bitcoin NFTs. I picked up one last night. But what Bitcoin is doing is Bitcoin, they have figured out a way to encode messages, and they've figured out a way to build on top of the Bitcoin um, coding, basically, if you will, right? And so now they can sell NFTs on Bitcoin. They can also make programs, and like with the security, everyone knows that Bitcoin is probably the most secure because no one owns it. There's no manipulation, no one this and this. If you start to incorporate programs and security and other things on top of Bitcoin, it's going to make Bitcoin's value just go crazy. And so the whole thing, the whole market, the whole rave is all about Bitcoin, all about the introduction of NFTs, all about all that shit. And I really think that, especially talking to my buddies, I really think this is the year it's going to go fucking bananas, right? So if you go here to Magic Eden, where you obviously have the Solana, right? So this is where I'm big on Solana because there's so many NFTs on Solana, and if you guys ever heard me say it, um, you should always go in here and buy some Bored Apes, right? Let me see if I can type today. My computer is being a little slow on the internet, as you can see. BOR. Fuck, I can't type today. And the fact my computer's lagging does not help. Board Ape. Okay. Board Ape Solana Club right here. Right? Type in Board Ape. It comes up. So the floor price right now is 2.2 Sol, something like that. What does it say? 2.2, yeah, 2.2 Sol. So you could come in here and buy one of these apes for 2 Sol, right? Then you could come onto your Discord. Once you buy it, oh, so for what? First of all, what's Sol worth? Sol's worth $160 right now, right? So $167. So for 333, let's just say 350 bucks, you could buy an NFT. As long as you hold the NFT, you get access to their Discord, right? Now, when you have access to their Discord, obviously I'm on here. I have my own charting chart. Adam, he has his own charts. Trade, Travel, Invest has his. Solar Trade has his. Right. That's just the trading aspect. But you come on here and look at their Discord. There's so much stuff. There's so many guys talking about official links, new NFTs, whitelist collaborations. And so this is a place where people come together and talk about the Bitcoin and NFT, not Bitcoin, but Solana, all cryptos and NFT world. You can come on here and meet people, and as long as you own the NFT, you have access to their Discord. So now think about this. As Solana is expected to go up, so does the price of the NFTs. And the NFTs, if you come on to Magic Eden, have charts. You can chart out where it's been and what it's going to do, and you can say, oh well, now is a good time to buy. Now is not a good time to buy. Blah blah blah. So I've been into Board Apes, and Board Apes were last year or maybe 2 years ago during the heyday like 14 Sol for the floor. And so, I've made a few $1,000s off this. I haven't made hundred thousands of dollars, but you could come here and look and just say, okay, well, the floor right now is 2. The floor earlier right now was at 2.3. So the idea is not only are you going to make money as Solana goes up, you're also going to make money as the utility and as Bored Apes become more popular, right? So it's like a double dip. Let's see what gold's doing. Here we go for gold on this push up. It did not set a lower high, lower low, and so it's pushing again. We're still being more patient. We're being more patient because the RSI is down low, and so it's telling us that it has more room to come up. So this looks to me like it's going to be divergent, which is going to set this third top 1, 2. I'm not sure how tall or how high this RSI is going to go, but I don't give a shit. 2391 is my entry, and I'm sticking to it. So we're hopefully about to enter Goldilocks right now. But like I was saying, you can come on here and then now you can go to the Bitcoin and you can search Bitcoin NFTs. Now, some of them, obviously, if this is for Bitcoin, are fucking crazy high. But the point being is they are starting to really figure out and really build a lot of utilities around Bitcoin. So it's going to start getting crazy. All right. You guys know 2391 is there. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go say hi to my daughter and I will be back in just a few seconds. Okay. What happened? What happened? What happened? It just brushed your hair. It just brushed your hair. You want to look at before? Wait. Okay. All done, guys. All right, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I have a 2-year-old, as you can see, who does not like it when her mom brushes her hair. Look at gold rejecting. Gold is rejecting. So you guys can make the decision now. You want to enter now? You know, you're 30 pips away. So, you know, be patient and see if this is going to give us our third touch. I don't know if it's going to. Now, I was hoping that I don't like those wicks like that, right? So on gold with it rejecting like that, there's no guarantee that's going to come back and go up there. 7:30 news, whatever was out there, did drop. You do have market open, and perhaps we can get that last push. But if this sets a new lower low, then perhaps we fib that and we wait for that pullback and then get in. What happened, baby? I mean, it's in. So we'll see. I mean, the next 5 minutes are going to tell. Like, if this 1 minute candle, 2 minute candle closes below, then can you say hi? Hi, everybody. Can you say hi? What are you talking about? You want mom to brush your hair? Oh, there it goes. So there's the low. So that was the trade. There it probably was right there, and we probably just missed it. But we're going to continue to see if we can be patient. Because I mean, honestly, if we look at this, this is also what I see. I also see this fair value gap and this candle right there. And so this could Elliott wave to here, then come up and give us our top, and then come down. So again, we can continue to be patient. We're still early in the game. It's only 7:38. So I'd be, again, I'd be happy if this rejects and then pushes. So we do have this liquidity being tested. We do have this liquidity here, but then we have what I call the kissing candle right there. And so that's also the top. Look, that's also support and resistance. That's resistance. That's resistance. That's consolidation. That's resistance. So this line right there would be, if you wanted to scalp a buy, that would be a good buy scalp. Let me delete all this, and we might just take this buy scalp just for practice, and we could enter a smaller lot size. We're not obviously going to enter a big lot size being this early in the morning and scalping. But if we did enter here, right there, as a matter of fact, I'd put my stop loss right below this 50, and then I would want to target there. So I mean, there's a 2.5 to 1 trade. We enter, not even 0.25%, probably like a 1%. So if you're normally entering, like, let's say one lot, you'd probably enter at like 0.1, 0.2, something like that. Like not a full deal. Thanks to all three people are in here. Let's see if we can catch a trade. Again, I don't think that the NASDAQ and 30 are even going to be in play this morning. What's NASDAQ doing? It's just the 1 hour just looks so weird to me. I mean, it doesn't look like it just look at that chart. It just looks weird. I don't know why. It just doesn't look like any clarity. That looks better, but it's still. So we'll see if we can get this push up then. Because like I said, that's not a proper Elliott wave. Down 1, 2, 3 down. Why would it come here? That's right on the moving average. It's breaking structure at least. So you know what? Actually, perhaps we do this because it is breaking structure now. Here, let's see if we can. Well, I mean, plan A would be up, sell. If it doesn't do that, and this rejects to here, let's see if we can't buy right here, stop loss right there, and then take this up, and then we'll TP1 right there, and we'll see what happens. And I guess we can play the same thing for 30. We'll play the same thing for 30. We'll see if we can get because it's kind of rejecting right. I mean, not rejecting, but breaking the structure right there. So let's see if we can. So this is like some of my best trades are. This is actually what I like to trade the most is break of structure. This is probably my favorite trade. Break of structure, measure the pullback after liquidity has been taken, and then take it. Being that this stuff is so bullish, this could be the one that runs. And this is exactly what I did when I caught that NASDAQ trade way the hell down here. Let's go to the 2 hour because it's so far. So again, this is kind of what we're looking for. Break of structure, catch the pullback, and let it go. So I didn't catch this one because I was in Dominican Republic that week. I caught this one right there. So again, where bulls have shown up, they broke, they've retested, they broke. Bulls have shown up. I didn't catch the best entry, but if you look, there is the entry that I did catch right on the 78.6, and then it took off and ran for that long. I just closed it out, I think, yesterday or the day before, whatever. So if we have that same type of situation here on the smaller time frame, we're looking to do the same thing. We're looking for structure to break, give us the pullback, and then possibly go on both 30 and NAS. Again, I'm not going to enter a full 1%. Maybe you could, because we are going with momentum and the Elliott wave has taken place. So we'll have to track those. Again, we're not divergent on the 15-minute. I take that back. Yes, we are. We just haven't had the third touch. Right? We've had 2 touches. 1, 2. I'd like to see this RSI get up to the 70, which would technically make that second touch not divergent, but we'll see how it goes. It's not always perfect. And so now I do have confidence here because look how it's finding this is a bottom. Let's see, because look, if it needs to sell off, it needs to have the liquidity to sell. And so if there's people sitting here, let it break through these guys, and then that'll give it. Come on. Come on. We are so close. And with this bullish momentum, I'm not going to jump the gun and enter early. I mean, we are super close. And of course, my broker's locked up right now. So I still have a runner on gold from the buy that I had earlier. So I took a buy and it's still running. Oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, this is almost your entry. Like if you're here, you're watching this, just enter now. Just enter now. That way we don't miss this. So what's my lot size? Dude, the fuck, dude? Why is it not showing my pending? What is going on with this, dude? All right. I'm gonna manually enter now. All right, I just entered now because my broker, for some reason, like, what happened to my fucking? I had a pending order, and then for some reason, I don't know, dude. Whatever. Here it is. There's the entry right there. All right, guys, I'm in. I'm in right now. There's the divergent touch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I saw that comment on there about RSI. This is it on the bottom. It's called the relative strength indicator. And the way you play the RSI is this is 70, and anything up here is overbought. Anything down there is oversold. I like to see, and traders like to see, touch, 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 3 touch. So as this is now telling me that the strength of the market is getting weaker. These buys are getting weaker because it's going lower. You can obviously see that, right? So at the same time that the strength of the market is getting weaker, you've got the market getting higher. Look right here, it's getting higher, 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 even though the market's getting weaker. This is telling you that there's an imbalance in the market. Something's not right. the market's going up even though there's less people buying. So you can target this for another confirmation for your entries. So that's what I like to do. I come down on the 1 minute or the 3 minute and look for a divergent, which means it's going up even though the strength is going down. And then we combine that as long as so this is my sell zone up here. As long as price is getting into my sell zone, which again is the Fibonacci on the higher time frame over here, and it's overbought, which you can see here. It's damn near at the 70, which means would be overbought. Then now you can start to look for entries. So we might have jumped the gun a little bit. It looks like we have because maybe this 1 hour is not completely overbought. But on the smaller time frame, 2391 was my original entry, which is just hit. So I entered in 10 pips too early. 2390 said 2391. It is what it is. So yeah, immediately in drawdown. But there would have been my entry right now if the fucking computer wouldn't have messed me up. For some reason, it just deleted my pending order. Dude, it did that to me the other day too. So, anyways, that's what RSI means. And yeah, I'm in a sell. If you haven't entered now, then yes, I'm in a sell. Can you display what you look for on the RSI? Yeah, so I just did that. There we go. So for me, when it comes to my personal strategy, the very, very first thing I have to do is figure out, again, sorry about all this stuff. Let me just do this. Figure out where if I want to buy or if I want to sell. And so technically, I mean, if you look at this, we should be buying, but we could be catching the top of this trade. So I mean, this did break down. Therefore, we're looking for a pullback and possibly the continuation of the sell to get back to get some of this ground and come back to our moving average. So we're playing a riskier trade than normal because we should be buying really, but we can play the smaller. We can play these moves here for the sells. So my strategy is then fib fib it from top to bottom, right? And I'll just draw this over here to the side so you can see. If there's the top, so here's the top right here. So the top to the bottom of the move is there. I like to enter right here at the 78.6 and 88.6. For gold in particular, it's 78.6. Gold will very, very, very often reject 78.6. So I do not take any trades in here. I wait for it to get up here. Okay. This keeps me out of all these bullshit trades and makes it to where if I am going to take a risk, it's going to be a managed risk. I enter gold at the 78.6 usually, sometimes 88.6, but my stop loss is always 10% of the fib. And then you could always take TP1 at 23.6, right? And that'll put money in the bank and be more than what you risk. So you have a positive R to R, and then you let the rest run. And then you start targeting TPs down here when it comes to like looking at different, structure areas, looking for different things to take TP, reasons why to take TP. So the number one rule is fib, it's got to be in my zone. The number two rule, which I'm slightly breaking right now, is it needs to be overbought or oversold. In this particular situation, it needs to be overbought because we're trying to sell it. Okay. Now that you have that, now you start doing all the other stuff. You can come down to the 3 minute, look for divergent. That way you can snipe an entry like we're doing here. Like if we catch this entry, and we called it at 2391. I mean, if we catch that entry, it went to 2392. I mean, that's a 10 pip entry stop loss. I mean, we barely went into drawdown if this trade wins. It's a little sketchy because we're going against the market flow. We're selling when it's obviously bullish, but it is what it is. So yeah, so that's 1 and 2. So there's 3 different things you need. You need the zone, you need overbought, oversold on the higher time frames, and then on the smaller time frames, you start to snipe entries with the RSI. And then I just start adding all this other stuff on here, right? I go to the sessions and I see that this is the London. And so this is testing now the previous London high. All right. And then I see the big Fibonacci 78.6 is where gold loves. And then if we trade Elliott waves, which I do, I like to use Elliott waves for confirmation. That's the first leg. There's the second leg. There's the third leg going now. So we are in some drawdown, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So I like to target the second leg for turnaround spots. So here's the second leg. There's my fib. There's my extension, the 236 extension for the second leg. Jesus, dude, is this thing gonna fucking go to the moon? What's it doing? Anyways, there is the second leg, which is what I like to target. The second leg, then 236 matches up with the 78.6. So you're like, holy shit. The first leg, 61.8, matched up with the 78.6. Okay. The London high matched up with the 78.6. You're like, Jesus. Daily wick. So if we come out to the daily, right? What I did was I drew two yellow lines, one at the top all-time high and one right here where all these daily candles were closing. Now you'll see that we had a wick, right? We had a wick come up, but it closed below. This candle closed there. All these wicks closed below this area. These two candles were the ones that closed right there. So right now, as of today, yeah, we might get a wick. But I'm hoping we continue to respect this area at 2393, 2391-ish is why I call the entry there. So again, if we come back down to this, let's say 15-minute, that's where that line is right there. So this is why I have confidence that this trade is going to hit. Now we are in some drawdown, but again, let's just see if this wick closes below. I was hoping to snipe that entry and be gone, but we are still divergent even on the 15-minute. This, let me see here. This high is coinciding with that overbought, which this is now lower, but the price is getting higher. So we are still divergent, so we do have reasons for this to turn around, and kind of the same thing. Look how it's just not hitting the 70, but it's still below this. And this price was lower. So as the price is going higher, the RSI is getting lower. I would hope to have already turned around by now. But again, it is what it is. That's our entry. And so I want to see these candles close below this area. If it closes below the 78.6, closes below the 78.6, we'll have better confidence in this trade. And 30 is not doing anything. NASDAQ's not doing anything. So it's all good. The trade for today is gold. It's the only one that right now is in the position to even give us anything. And so we need to concentrate on gold. We can start to delete some of this stuff. We already know why. Right? So yeah, this is it. This is the trade. It's either going to hit right now, it's not. And this is the reason why I like trading this time of morning, because in my opinion, the market is going to put itself in a position at this time in the morning to run for the rest of the day. So usually 7:30 is when news would have came. Usually by now, news would have came out and boom, it had moved. We're pre-market open, but if you ask me, just my opinion, if the market open is going to move and move dramatically like it does sometimes, the market before that will put itself in the position to do it. So now look, do you think the market is just going to buy off like crazy right now? Or is it in a position where it could sell? And so I think the market has moved up over Asian and London to put itself in a position to sell. Now, we look at the daily candles. Let's see what this looks like. All right. Yesterday did finish bearish. It did not engulf or anything, but it did finish bearish. So if you just look at this, bearish, bearish, we're getting this Elliott wave retracement. We're now topping the top of these candles. I'd love to see this daily candle then finish bearish. If this daily candle finishes bearish, I think our real target is down here for TBs, because then we would have had the retracement. Now we're looking for the second wave of the Elliott wave to come all the way down here, second and third wave, right? So I do like the fact that yesterday closed bearish. Again, I mean, with these trades and anything in the market, nothing is 100%, but we've at least stacked so many different confirmations on why this should sell off. And all we can do is just, play it accordingly. So thank you guys, all 6 people in here. We've got Joe and Lucas and the Mr. Wisconsin Fisherman, the old walleye guy, don't you know? And Ayanda Carlson. Ayanda, that's a interesting first name there. Carlson, my bad. All right, we're looking for this. Let's see if it holds. We are touching the RSI now. Again, let's look at it rejecting. This is what we need to see. Let's come to the 3 minute so we can see a little better. And also, too, look at this. How this. I mean, technically, there's a little miniature wick right there, but this is not healthy market. This does need to at least retrace down to here if it's going to continue to push. And we said the same thing. We got this area down here. This all looks pretty healthy to me. That looks okay, but on a small time frame, that right there needs to get hit if it's going to go. And this one here. So I'm not saying we protect at this area, but this is with these wicks at the area. I'd like to see at least it come down to here. If we're going to lose the trade, we're going to at least have this much profit before we lose it, in my opinion. Which we're not going to lose. We're going to win. We're going to win. It just needs to finish grabbing its liquidity, doing whatever it's doing. So let's look on this side. Where's the market at? So we have this top. So again, now we're looking, the 88.6 is right on this top. So maybe it wants to come and touch this 88.6 fib, which is where the top is, and then reject, which it looks like it's doing because look how much drawdown we're going into. So it's all good in the hood. We're still below these on the RSI. We're still below. So we're still divergent. But this, in short order, this needs to reject. The you betches and don't you knows. Don't you know? I don't even have my headphones on. I don't know if my sound's working good or not. Come on, fucker. I think the more prudent, safer trader would have waited for the break of structure and then caught the pullback and then go. But that's usually not me. I'm usually the one that catches it and tries to catch it here, and then it just rejects and goes, and you see these miraculous 1 pip drawdown, instant profit trades. My stop loss, though, I have it on the screen as that's not right. My stop loss is, I think, 2,400, which should be, yeah, right here at the 10%. Again, if we're playing the fib and playing the strategy that I like to play, I go for 10% because this is the high then, right? And so I like to go a certain amount of pips above the high, and it's all dependent on how big the fib is. So even if this does want to come up here and double top, I give it a little bit of extra room just in case. And there's been, I don't even, hundreds of trades where it's done that. It's double topped and gone a few pips above and not hit my stop loss and then just ran. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm not going to try to get cutesy and put the above the 88.6 or whatever about the double top. I'm going to give myself some room and I just adjust my risk accordingly. So, yeah, that's all for that. Actually, let me undo all that stuff. I want all those arrows back on here. We don't want the brush or the path. All right, there's the 88. I cannot believe it's doing this, to be honest with you. I would have thought it would have rejected by now. You don't like this movement. And I don't think there was any, I mean, there might have been some minor news, right? Let's see. I'm going to pull up the news and see if there's any sort of other BS news that I wasn't expecting. Medium. Apply. So there's only one medium Fed Waller speech, and that's in 1 hour. There's not even any medium newses. This is just the problem with, I guess, trying to short gold when it's bullish. Just look at this. One, two, three. Again, I thought we fibbed this second leg, and it was, yeah. And there's Man, it's not looking good. I'm not gonna lie. It's not looking good. Unless this is the liquidity grab for the double top. Son of a biatch. Well, we had all the confirmations in the world. I think we're sitting on like 8 or 9 different confirmations of why this should have turned around. But we're not out of it yet. We still have the double top area. Perhaps this is just what it's doing. I think Mr. Andy Peters, if you guys trade with him, would be calling this a wick fill. And perhaps that's what it's going to do. Which again, I'm still protected. Like my stop loss is still above that. So if it wants to fill in this wick right here, let it do its deal. Proper stop losses matter. But I can't believe it's going this high. What is Jesus Christ? You're watching it live. Fucking smash through liquidity. And there's the wick, Phil. This is why people call this Freaky Friday. All right, delete this. 61.8 extensions being hit right now. Fuck. Dude, look at how much bullish that is. I can't believe it. I did not see that coming. I'll admit, I did not see that coming. Just bounced off the trend line. Went. Never know. This is what gold does, though. Gold has a FU candle. Gold has a you think you're going to short, fuck you. It's going to come through, take out liquidity, and then turn around and go. So again, we're protected and we're up here. Dude, I'm not even in that much drawdown. Is my position. Oh, that's because my runner on the bottom side. Okay, so I still have a long runner that's hedging this as I'm losing. My runners getting deeper and deeper in profit. And that's why I'm not in so much drawdown, which is nice. Which is really nice, actually. Buy here. So my buy is from down there. My buy is from down here, and it's in profit. And there's my sell, which is obviously not in profit. All we can do is, I mean, honestly, at this point, all we can do is watch it, or you just close your computer and go about your day. It's either going to hit stop loss or it's going to turn around and go. What is NASDAQ? NASDAQ's not doing anything. So usually these have been following each other lately. And the fact that NASDAQ and 30 are not doing anything and S&P is not doing anything, it's kind of weird because they've been moving in unison. Everything has been moving basically in bulls lately, right? Let's just hope that this is a liquidity grab and then this is going to close below. So we have the hourly candle, which just closed 5 minutes ago, which is not going to look good. Not going to look good at all. This is not looking good for us. There's the top. This is not looking good. I'm not going to lie. It's not looking good. Four bull candles in a row. Not looking good. This is going to set all-time high. Well, no, and it won't be all-time high because we have the that's all-time high right here with the wick. But I mean, this is what it is. We played the percentages. The only thing we had going against us was the overall bullish momentum. We're trying to go against momentum. Let's see if this fucker will close below. What do you guys think? Put something in the chats. Took the L. You guys took an L. Let's fucking go. Yeah. I have a sell limit. Yeah, well then you should. Oh, right at my stop loss. uh, no, well, to be honest with you, I hope your limit does not hit. I mean, honestly, right now it's taking out people's stop losses. There's no doubt about it. I mean, everyone who had took this sell, they just got broke even. Everyone who took, played this pullback, they just got taken out. Any liquidity that was built up along this trend line here, all that just got taken out. Right? It all got taken out. So, I mean, everyone just got screwed unless you're like me and you're retarded and you have a big stop loss. But this is why I play. That's why I play the percentages. Because if I was playing a tighter stop loss, we'd have got smashed and we'd have lost. Well, we haven't lost yet. We're still in it. And look at this candle. Come on, baby. Fucking reject. Got all the liquidity it needs. One of these days, I can catch good trades, but for some reason, every time I'm doing live, it's just we haven't caught like 1,000 pip fucking banger on live trading, and it's been a while. I mean, we had the US 30 we called a couple days ago that didn't take hit. We had the Nasdaq that I called, I think it was yesterday, the day before, ended up hitting a great TP, but it fucking broke me out of break even before it went to the moon. That was a good one. We had gold a couple days ago that hit, but none of them have been like bangers, like market opens, 1 pip, 2 pip drawdown, and then just through the roof. Or in this particular situation, just through the fucking floor and just sell off. This 61.8, like if this candle on the 15-minute, which is giving me, if this candle closes below here on the 15-minute, below this box and below this 61.8, then I'm going to hold. If it doesn't close below, then perhaps what I'll do is I'll shave half of this position off. So that way, when it does hit full stop loss, I'll be, hedging a bit, or I'll just close it and say, fuck it, took an L and take a smaller L than if I'd have hit full stop loss. It's Friday. There's no telling. These guys are wanting to fucking push. And you would think on Friday, like, hey, let's sell. Let's put this money in the bank. Yeah, thanks, but I appreciate it. I mean, this is what it is. There are lots of other people out there who do live trading. So thank you guys for at least watching me. There's, this is you see the emotion, you see how it goes. I waited for the entry. The stupid computer moved my real entry, which was right there. So I had to enter a little bit early. But there's the markup, there's the reasons, and I'm not panicking, even though this fucker is getting way over our side. What does it look like on the 3-minute? Yeah, topped. It broke. Well, I really got too many candles on here, too many arrows with too many words. This is just not pretty. It's all the way around. It doesn't look good. Basically, at this point, we would be lucky if this rejects and brings us back into profit. I've seen crazier shit happen, but doesn't look good. Here's a good example of the 3-touch divergent. Overbought here, goes higher, at the same time the RSI is topping out. I usually look for the 3rd touch. This one actually gave you 4, and then actually 5, really. That's a shitty one. But there's the turnaround. My gosh, we're going to lose this trade. No doubt about it. Look at how bullish that is. There's no doubt about it. We're going to lose this trade. That's crazy. As soon as we entered, too, it just went through the moon. So 4,100 looks like you might have a 2,400 even. I mean, you might have your extension or your entry. I mean, that's a big psychological level, right? So maybe what I'm hoping is the big banks are not going to let you get your entry. They're going to fucking start to sell right now. Fuck. Actually, that's Oh, that's great because I had to enter manually. My damn stop loss wasn't entered, and so it never hit stop loss because I don't have fucking stop loss. Rookie mistake 101. So that would have been my stop loss, but I'm still in trade because it didn't hit. So I'm just going to give it a few more seconds and close this out manually. 1, 2. I'm going to give it just a minute to see if it's going to reject that 2400. Actually, I'm going to give it to the end of this 15-minute candle. I'm going to give it 4 more minutes. And if it doesn't reject right now in 4 minutes, then I'm going to close out. Look at the size of that fucking candle. They dropped, the banks dropped the money, man. Buying up gold like crazy. I hate to enter the week with a 0.5% loser. So you're in your sell. All right, I'm out of here. I'm not going to let it keep going. Well, fuck it. I said I was going to give it till 8:15. I'm going to give it to 8:15. How far higher is it really going to go in 3 minutes? On the other hand, it could reject. At least save me some money on this last couple of minutes of this candle. I can't believe that. I cannot believe it just blew through all of that hard. It was really no liquidity grab too. That's the thing that's really fucking amazing me right now. Is there was really no, it did not come and sweep any sort of liquidity. It didn't come and break anything. It just went, which is so crazy. So crazy. 2 more minutes. I'm going to close this out if it doesn't. Basically, at this time, I'm just hoping that I can get a little bit of a push down, and then I can close so that I won't have such a big stop loss, such a big loss. Fuck that. Look at this. All right, I'm out. Close it just now. And my runner is still banging. At least I have a buy on the runner side. So my buy is down here somewhere. Bam. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We had all of, I mean, we had all the confluences we needed. Shit happens sometimes, you know. I guess the lesson we learned from this is, when the market's this bullish, don't try to short it. Fuck. Um, that sucks, man. Look at this. Maybe that's the only thing. Maybe it's filling in that daily wick fill, as they would call it. Okay, so let me do this. Basically, all this shit that I drew is basically all trash now. Fib. The ray's still good. All this shit's gone. Look at that. To the moon. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end it. That's it for today. Sorry, we took the L. 7 people are on here. We had all the confidence and all the confluences in the world of why that should have rejected that area. And of course, this is what gold does. It fucking goes right through the move. 30's not moving. NAS is not moving. For some odd reason, gold wants to just go through the moon. Look at that. All right, man. Sorry, you guys. We'll make it up next week. But again, we should have been over leveraged. I only lost a 0.5% on that one. So that is what happened. So maybe on lessons we'll learn here is if we're going against the bull, we don't risk as much. Like I did, I only risked a 0.5%. We took the L. If we're looking for buys in a situation because it's in a bullish momentum, then we go with a little bit larger of a lot size. And we didn't wait for any sort of break of structure on the smaller time frame. We didn't wait for a trend line break. We were definitely trying to catch the bull by the tail on that one. And hey, shit happens. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll make it back up. No big deal. God, take it easy.